The Sunbirds looking for their first home win of the season with J.D. Salles on the mound. The Sunbirds probably could have won this one without a pitcher with the offense they had going. FPU already up 1-0, and Hilo pitcher Patrick Fletcher hits back-to-back batters. That would lead to 2 runs and a 3-0 lead. Salles doing his part on the mound gets Garrett Meekle swinging, and then the strikeout of John Abreu to end the inning. Salles fanned 5 and 7 scoreless innings for the Sunbirds. Back to the offense, Kenny Overly singles through the middle of the infield. That will bring home Bobby Mendoza and Kyle Coppel. Fresno Pacific up 5-0. Bottom of the 6th, and the Sunbirds starting to open up a big lead. Stephen Moon with the single here. He went 3 for 4 with a walk and scored 2 runs in Game 1. Next batter, Baron Bauer, hits into the would-be double play, but he legs it out and allows Overly to score. Fresno Pacific up 9-0. They would add 4 more runs for a 13-0 shutout win in Game 1 and their first home win of the season. Sunbirds now looking for a second win with Ryan Custodio on the mound, and Hilo found the recipe against him. A double down the line by Tyler Nidahara, one of 3 Vulcan doubles in the game, brings home Keenan Nishioka, and a 2-0 lead for Hawaii Hilo. FPU down 4-0 now in the bottom of the 5th, and Moon at it again, singles into left field. Moon went 1 for 2 in Game 2. He also stole second and set up the first Sunbird run here on a live drive single into center field off the bat of Robert Chambers. Bottom of the 6th, Sunbirds down 5-1, and Mendoza gets a single to drop into right. Lee digging for third, and on the relay, the throw gets away from second baseman Keenan Kalau. That will send home Lee. FPU added 1 more to make it 5-3, and then in the 9th, a fly ball into left, and Will Thayer overruns the play. That puts Overly at second base. He would be walked in, and with the bases still loaded, Lee gets caught looking on strike 3. Next batter, and Mendoza taps one in front of the plate. That goes 2-3 on the double play. That would finish the game as the Vulcans take Game 2 5-4.
It was really good to see and really good for our team to finally have a breakout game, where we strung together good ABs. And, these guys should know they can hit, but it's one of those deals with baseball until it actually plays out like that in a game that counts. It's kind of wondering, okay, are we this team? And we finally were able to do that, and it was great to see. And
Coach has been, preaching to us line drive approach, and we really stuck to it. Earlier the second game, we started popping up, but he got us back into that approach that we had the first game. So once, hitting is contagious, and we kind of just fed off each other, and like I said, we focused on the line drives and hitting the ball on the ground hard, making them field the ball. And I think they had like 5 errors or something like that. So that was, real key, was just getting the ball out of the air.
JD was big for us, and believe it or not, he wasn't his sharpest in that game. However, it's so huge to get in a 4-game series, to get that first start and get depth into that game before you have to get into your bullpen. It is just enormous. The 7-inning game is a completely different animal. You wouldn't think that those 6 outs would be as big of a difference as they are, but it is one of those games, or that difference is huge, because you run into a guy that's throwing strikes in a 7-inning game, and it's so easy to not have a good approach, especially after a big offensive production in Game 1, to blink, you look up, it's the 4th inning, and you haven't done anything, which is exactly what happened today in Game 2. Now we just have to bounce back on Wednesday and come ready to play, because they will, and try and take care of business and be us.